Thank you so much, and it's a pleasure to be briefing you today. I'm here to invite you all to the Giga Connectivity Forum, which is taking place next week on the sidelines of WSIS and AI for Good. Now, before I get into the Connectivity Forum, I also want to just quickly position us as Giga to explain who we are and what our mission is. Giga is a joint initiative between UNICEF and ITU, and our sole mission is to support governments in connecting schools to the internet by 2030. And ensuring that every young person has access to information, opportunity, and choice. Now, this is very important for us to note because next week we'll be understanding more how technology is moving at a critically fast pace and what it means for other communities out there that are not connected to the world. We are all aware of the digital economy, the digital divide, and the huge gap that is increasing as we continue to talk about AI, generative AI, and all the other exciting things that we see when we're looking at a global society that's at the cusp of growing within the technology ecosystem. Whilst that's happening, on our end, we are looking at the grassroots movements, understanding that schools are being left behind. We view schools as centers of community, or schools are hubs that sprout digital economy opportunities within each community. When we connect a school, we are enabling communities to be connected and giving communities access to the digital economy in ways that they would have not previously experienced. To quickly give you some stats in terms of what we've achieved so far, as Giga, we operate with 4 models, which is map, model, finance, and contract. We go into countries and we basically want to map the schools to understand where they are. When we map the schools, we are able to understand what the big challenge looks like. How many schools are connected, how many schools are not. But connecting schools is not enough because we also need to do the modeling to understand the infrastructure that is required to support these schools. And we work with governments to model and finance, partnering with them to enable them to understand what the best procurement practices could look like. Connectivity is an expensive commodity. It is highly privatized. And when we partner with governments, we're looking to consult and work with them from a contracting perspective, being the middleman to actually enable them to drive pooled procurement as part of a model. So we have a procurement team within the contracting ecosystem that works to pool this demand. We've partnered with the likes of Smart Africa and UNECA to drive this agenda forward. So when you come to our Giga Connectivity Forum next week, these are some of the opportunities or conversations that you'll be able to take part in. Specific to the media, at the Giga Connectivity Forum, we have a session on the 9th of July at 10 a.m. where we've opened it for you to come and have this conversation with us. We'll have our Giga co-leads, Alex and Chris, who will be joining us. And in that session, we would like to open the floor to have you ask them important questions that can bring visibility to the work that we're doing. As we continue to do this within this ecosystem at the Connectivity Forum itself, we're going to be having ministerial delegates from the Ministries of Education, Ministries of ICT, coming together to convene and learn what best practice could look like. As mentioned earlier, we've mapped 2.2 million schools. We have 24,000 active schools, and this is resulting in 11 million children benefiting in connectivity. This is not enough. We need to have public and private conversations that gather and unite people to understand the job that needs to be done. With technology moving at such a fast pace, we fear that there's going to be a huge gap and a huge disconnect across the globe. Within the Global Connectivity Forum that we're hosting, it's not just the global south or the global north. It's a combined effort of countries across Europe, Central Asia, and Sub-Saharan Africa, just to name a few, who will be coming in to convene and share best practices, looking at some of their countries, what has worked for them. We recently had a Europe and Central Africa session where we heard from ministries of Turkey, we heard from ministries of Bosnia and Herzegovina, seeing the amount of work that they've been doing successfully to map their schools and how they've been managing to lift their schools into the digital economy is something that we want to spread across the various communities that we work in. I thank you.